Hello, Christy, how are you? Hello. Hello.
Hey, Sybil, Matt's going to create a list of how to do the scan code thing.
Okay. I like the thought of that because it was really throwing me for a second.
Because I thought it was in Facebook, and it's not. He created a link. There's like a website you can create the link. So he's going to create instructions on how to do that.
Okay, I'm excited.
I'll share it with everyone.
Okay. I'm just telling the team to jump on. Oh, now, please. Okay, let's see who we got. Oh, right, we've got 9 of you. Woohoo! But you guys are 9 mighty folks. This is awesome. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. And then hopefully it starts sounding like a slot machine. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bing, bing. No, I guess that would be a pinball machine, right? That's what I mean. That would be good. Oh, great. My doorbell's going to start ringing and my dogs are going to start barking. Hold on one second. My husband's having a HOA meeting. Great. Right at this exact same time. I just noticed that. I'm like, why are these people walking up to my house right now? Oh, fun. Okay, so 1 minute, and then we're going to rock this party. Okay. Yep, here go the dog barking. It's coming any second now. So I just wanted to, first of all, kind of get you guys thinking while everybody else is joining us. I'm going to ask you guys to come up with a dream. I'm going to ask you to come up with one dream. So if this gives you a little advance warning, start kind of putting it right here. I want it like right here in the front of your noggin so that we can really, really get into it and talk about it. And, you know, this is all Brendan Bouchard stuff that we really looked at like 6 months ago. He didn't do a ton of it this particular time. He didn't really get into the like have us identify our dreams. We talked about them, and we talked a lot about why they don't really happen or why people don't have them. But the last 6 months, he had us identify them and write them down. So just start kind of thinking right here. I want it right here in front of your face. I also just really want to thank you guys for coming on. This SWAT team series of calls has been so fun, and you know, we don't have any real soon versions of quitting them. Are you guys finding them helpful? Are you learning from them? Are you loving them still and kind of planning around them? You know that we do record them. We just don't release them until they're in big chunks, because I'm guilty of it myself, that if I think, I can catch it tomorrow, I don't watch it, or I retrieve the recording and I still don't watch it tomorrow. So we really wanted to get you guys in the habit of, there's going to be a habit that I want you guys to get into all the time, but a habit of, I'm just giving the Zoom code out, 661, to a brand new person. in the habit of setting aside 30 big minutes to really invest in your business. And I know Lindsay's been very out there on her page that, you know, she is a business builder and she does lead people. And I think today she talked about pushing people. And some people are really squeamish about that. Some people get really wiggly about that. But, you know, it's what we do as a leader. And I mentioned that, you know, people have asked me to help them dream, to help them actually get to their dreams based on, you know, some financial number that they're trying to get. And ironically, when they don't get to that goal, guess who's blamed? Guess who gets blamed for that? You guys give me a shout out. Who do you think gets blamed?
You.
Yeah, me. This chick here that is pretty happy and cheery most of the time. So I really want you guys to think about who your leader is and think about what you've asked of your leader and think about if it's really her fault that you're not there yet. And is she really pushing you so hard that it's uncomfortable? Or is she just pushing you to a place that maybe you haven't gone yet? You know, that's really what this call is going to be a lot about, is going there, getting there, getting to a place that is really attainable. And I went live today on my Facebook page, my own personal page, and I was talking a lot about adults and how when you get to be an adult that you stop dreaming. How many of you are guilty of that, of stopping the dream process? Like, you don't have a bucket list anymore. Like, that went away. And I posed the question on my live page, and I said, wouldn't it just crush your heart if you found out that your children weren't dreaming, that your kids didn't have a dream? Wouldn't you just like pretty much just throw in the towel on motherhood and just say, screw it, I failed because my kids don't dream? Well, it's no different for us. Why do we not dream anymore? What has gotten in the way of us really and truly having something so clear that you see it every darn day? And is it because we feel guilty? Is it because we are being a parent? We've lost the ability to dream for sure in general. That's true, Cindy Laser. It's true. And that's what I really want to talk about tonight, because we don't have to, you guys. And actually, if you're on this call, you are part of something that allows you to not only identify a dream, but actually attain it. And so we're going to go through a few things as far as why. What happened? Why aren't you dreaming? What gets in the way? Because there's 10 things, and I'm going to identify the 10 things that have really, really made you step off your dream list, launch, rocket, whatever you want to call it. But I am going to ask you guys at the end of the call to come up with a dream. So by a raise of hands, how many dreaming can lead to disappointment if you don't succeed? Yes, that's true. We truly have the right vehicle to get those dreams. That's very true. So if money and time were not an issue, what would be the first thing that would pop into your head and be the first dream that you would go after, accomplish, attain? What is it? How many of you know it? Like the first time I asked it, good. Heather, good. Alicia, good. I mean, because if you're on my team, I really hope that you have that dream in mind, because we do a lot of vision boards, and we do a lot of vision casting, and we do vision cubes, and we do vision cards, and we're always talking about almost in cycle terms, like how many cycles are we away from that dream? Because for some people, they only want to cycle 20 times a month, or they only want to cycle 10 times a week, or once a day, whatever that is. Put it into those kind of terms, and maybe it's a little bit more literal for you, and maybe you need to have it be like that. Otherwise, you just you've lost sight of it. So I want, by the end of this call, I want you guys to have that dream. I want you to have it back. I want you to put it right here, maybe write it out, stick it to your head, and walk out of your office, and your husband can ask you what the heck has gone wrong with you. And you can say, honey, I have owned my dream, and I would like you to visualize it with me. Check it out. Boom. Whatever it takes, you know, you can get creative with this stuff, but vision boards are powerful, so powerful that some people don't want to do them. Again, like Larissa said, because what if you fail? So we're going to go through really what keeps us from our dreams, what keeps us from realizing them, putting them out there, but also what keeps us from actually attaining those dreams. And there are 10 things. So, I want to, at the end of this, have it be so crystal clear that you're going to find a way around all of these issues, which are really just flat out excuses. So, number one is your future identity. You won't try so that you don't fail. So you're projecting already. You've got a dream. You want to take your family. One of my dreams is to take my entire family to Greece. I'm doing it, by the way. I have no doubt. And if you've met me, you probably would believe that, right? Because I'm a pretty confident, intentional person. But every single one of us should be. We could be. But I'm taking my family to Greece. But what if I was a little bit, I'm not sure, I don't know if I can do that. I may not put it out there because I don't want to fail. But, you know, you've got to at least identify it, right? So that's number one, is the future identity of that dream. What is it? The second reason that people don't dream is that it's not enough of an internal reward. You would do it, but you just don't see that it's going to be that big of a deal, that big of a benefit. I mean, some people's dream is to have a new vacuum. I mean, that's what I asked for Christmas, one of those robo vacuum things. And I know that kind of sounds like a domestic gift that's really for the whole household, but I wanted that. And it's an expensive vacuum. So, you know, it's kind of a silly dream, but I got it. You better believe it, because I hounded my husband until I got my date. What is it called? I don't know. I call it the robo vacuum. Okay. The third thing is utility value. Is it a tangible reality? What would be the point of this dream? Like, is there a point to it? And does there really have to be, is the thing, right? In my case, I have a ton of tile in this house, and my RoboVac I thought would be the greatest idea for this tile, but it gets hung up on like the one area rug that we have, so I'm kind of cranky about it. But you know, what's the point? Like, my husband thought it was the most ridiculous gift, but to me, it was a dream. I'm like, I'm gonna have enough money that I can buy the Robo Vacuum. By God, I want it. Okay, so the opportunity cost. Is your dream something that you are evaluating and it's not important enough because you might miss out on other things? Like, maybe you want a really rockin' bod, but you can't get to the gym because it makes you miss out on Dancing with the Stars. See, it's like the sacrifice, the trade-off, you know? And then the fifth thing is the delay time. Do you think it would take too long to get to your dream? And again, the answer is, who cares? It's your dream. You can put whatever timeline you want on this bad boy, right? The trip to Greece, it's going to take me a little while because, you know, I've got to coordinate a number of schedules, but I'm doing it. And I'm gonna send them on the airplane. I'm gonna buy their tickets so that I don't have to put up with a bunch of rubbish about them not having enough money to buy their ticket. Because I tried this one other time that we were all gonna go to Hawaii and we couldn't coordinate it, and nobody could get the time off and blah blah blah. If you just gift this gift, like, I am buying a ticket for you to go to Greece with me on these dates. Do you think anybody in my family is going to miss out on that trip? No, right? So make it an easy, attainable thing that they can't say no to, if that is your dream. Okay, personal control. You can't, like getting the approval. You can't influence the situation. Again, with my robo vacuum, my husband was the one that was saying, it's a silly dream, but I wanted it, and it's mine. And you have to be confident enough to stand up for what you believe in and what your dream is. And that's why it's so important that it's like fused in your brain right here. Social support. Spouse won't support, or the environment that you're currently in doesn't really support this dream. So like you can't have a dream to be an ice skater if you don't live around anywhere that you can go and practice ice skating, right? Does that make sense? So it's really, really about making that dream, to be Nancy Kerrigan or whatever. You would really have to probably invest in and be around an ice skating rink. So is that a good example? I think it was a really good example. Just popped into my head. Okay, the bandwidth belief. Bandwidth belief. Is your plate, according to you, too full? That your dream it just adds to it, or there's just not enough bandwidth in my brain right now to create that or to make that happen. 9, resources. Go borrow or build somebody else's belief. If you don't have belief in yourself, I've got belief in every single one of you. I feel so passionate about that I was actually asked maybe within the first 2 days after returning from the celebration, if somebody could come and just shadow me. And I said no. And they said, what? And I'm like, you already have everything that you need. You possess it already. You just went to Nashville. And if you went to Nashville, that was a rockin' good time and people were jazzed up. I don't know what has gotten in the way since then, because it's like obstacle, never really been able to apply what they learned at Celebration. So they wanted more training, and I said no, because they already possess it. It's nothing magical that I could do. Frazzled and jazzled. But I think that you can borrow belief, and I have the belief in you guys. I believe everybody on this call, whatever your dream is, you can go do it. It would be hard to be Nancy Kerrigan because that's a whole different human, but you get my point, right? Okay, health. That's number 10. Do you have the energy that it's going to take to get this dream? Again, if you want that rockin' bod, do you have the energy that it's going to take to put in the hours at the gym to go and get that bod, right? So when I went, that's all 10 of them. You guys got them, right? When I went to Brendan Bouchard, he had us put this down. This was that first session that I went to, not the one like 2 weeks ago, but those were my dreams. That's a lot of them, right? And I think he gave us like 10 minutes to write those. That's a lot. But it was really cool too. I mean, how many of you could do this with your kiddies this weekend, with your hubs? I mean, you should be doing this at least on the first of every year. Just open up a calendar and say, hubs, we're going to do this. I want a robo vacuum. No, say whatever it is that is your dream. But I really want you guys to think about it. And I want you to take the next segment, which is, I'm going to ask you to do this every day. How many of you did come up with your dream? And if you started this call and you heard me griping at you, you're like, oh, she's not letting me off this call until I have it. I want you guys to write your dream in the comment section. I want you to type it in. I really, really do. And then I'm going to screenshot it, and I'm going to haunt you in your dreams. No, I'm going to haunt you in the night. Family Disney cruise. Okay, I love it. Family vacations wherever we want. Second home to be with family. Nice. Heather, you just got back from there. Completely debt-free. Love it, Carrie. Travel around the country with the family. Love it. Got it. So much travel, you guys. That is so cool. Okay. Pay off the house. 3-day weekends, love it, love it. Buy a cabin, check, love it, debt-free, beach house. Okay, so if this is your first real, like, clear dream, I want you to think about how you are cheating yourself and your family by not talking about your dream every day. Connect with your dream before you leave your house. Like Brenda Bouchard had us write this. How dare you go to work without sharing your dreams with your family? How dare you go to work without it? Maybe if you are in a situation where they're not real supportive, maybe they don't know why. What are we supporting? What are you going to do with this? Maybe if you actually like really put it out there, I'm doing this. And I really thought that people dashing to Disney could have this session with their kiddos and say, kids, mommy's taking you to meet Mickey Mouse. Now let's go and get out of my office when I'm on a call and go fold some laundry so I can do more. You know, we can really put some wheels under these dreams, but we've got to be really clear about it. So, you know, this is all about being very intentional. And one of my words, oh, bring her hubby home. That was from Shannon. One of my words was intentional. And how many of you are just kind of like living because you're just having to, like you're just following whatever carpool route you're on or whatever? If you really wake up every morning and you're intentional about this and you start really understanding that it's got to be on a dream cube or a dream board. I'll show you a fun dream cube. And some of you from Lindsay's team, I had you guys make these when I went and did the executive seminar with Linz in Temecula. But this sits on my desk. I mean, it's super fun, and kids love doing stuff like that. I bought a 5x5x5 cube on Amazon and went through the magazine and cut out stuff. And here is my wall with some dream boards on them. My first year is the pink one. My second year is the top one with the yellow daisy, and the third one is underneath. So those are vision boards, and you can call them dream boards if you prefer it. But I look at those things every day. That stuff stares me in the face. I can't help but visualize it, know it. One of the things that if you've been watching at all, you know that my dream is to build a Habitat for Humanity home. Because some of us have a really weird money mindset. Some of us are really guilty about making this kind of money. Well, if that's you, I want you to think about it not being about the money. I want you to think about what you could do with the money. And what I can do with the money is build a house for a homeless woman and her children in downtown Phoenix. And I'm doing it. We're doing it. It's all females. That's one of my dreams, and it's been on my dream thing right here. But think about that, and maybe that helps you get to work every day. Maybe that helps you share more. Maybe that helps you get rid of that money mindset, that this isn't really about selling and doing something to people. It's doing something for people, right? So it's the same thing. If you are one of those people, and there's so many of you, I'm really surprised, by the way, that are like, I don't really want to put it out there. I don't really want to force this on my friends. I'm like, I bet your friends would be pretty happy if you could buy a new boat and take them on that. I mean, what is it going to take to get to the place where you're just bold? And, you know, my new thing is about having a charged life. What would that feel like? And would you feel guilty about it? Or would you go and do something fabulous with it? So I really want you guys to leave this call charged up and really thinking about how you can go about your day with more intentional, more out there with your dreams. It's going to require a ton of discipline and a ton of action. All of the 10 reasons that you're not doing it, that you're dogging it, come back and do the opposite. Do the thing that allows you to actually get through that excuse, because it's really excuses. And again, how I started this call, just talking about what if your kids have a dream, and you can see that they can get it, they can get to it. My son really wanted to be on the varsity soccer team, and he dreamed about it, and he worked every day for an entire summer, discipline, out there, checking off miles and all the burpees he did and all that. He didn't make the team, and it crushed him. And he started thinking, oh my gosh, dreams don't come true. But he also got plucked up by the varsity cross country coach, because he ended up being this amazing collegiate runner. He ended up running for Gonzaga, his dream university. If that first flub of not making the team, I mean, if he wouldn't have practiced every dang day, that's right, go Zags, he wouldn't have been ready and conditioned to even be looked at by the cross country coach. So, this was something that happened early on, but it allowed him to realize that dreams do happen. You work hard, but it's sacrifice, you guys. And some of us just don't have it. Some of us just won't sacrifice. Some of us are just too afraid to really reach out there, or your money mindset is really funky and foggy. You just kind of understand that you got to put this all together. And I always tell people when I have these coaching sessions with them, nothing bad is going to come from you having a dream and putting it out there and sharing it and actually acquiring it. And if it's so far-fetched because, it's Nancy Kerrigan and you can't become an ice skater, blah, 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 then that's just kind of like a wish. But this is really something that you can put legs under and make it happen. And it feels so great. So I really want you guys to just be, from today on, wake up every morning, get a picture, Google images of what your dream is, put it on your forehead or put it on a vision cube or put it on a vision board. And every morning, don't leave your house disconnected from that dream. Don't do it. Don't do it anymore. There's just no reason for it. And you sure as heck wouldn't want your kids to do it. So I don't want you guys to do it. With that being said, we've got 6 minutes left, and I wanted to open the lines if you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, if you're willing to talk about it, if you're willing to come on and say, hey, I know that I had a dream, but I let it slip, but I'm going to get it back. Or I know my kids have a dream and I'm going to help them get it because I'm going to teach them what's required. I mean, we wouldn't let our kids give up on their dreams, right? So if I can just put it in those terms, that you don't have to either, okay? You guys need to really, really understand that. So any questions or comments on that? Chat, call them, unmute your lines, whatever. Who's going to tell me what their dream is out loud and actually give me maybe the first 2 steps to make it happen? I'm just going to start calling on you then, if you're not going to. Heather, you're first. What's up, Heather? What's your dream and how are you going to make it happen?
My dream is to have a second home in Pennsylvania where all my family is. And how am I going to make it happen? I am just pushing myself out of my comfort zone each and every day.
Yep, you are. I see you do it, and I'm very proud of you. Heather will do it, you guys. She just spent 2 weeks there, and I think that she wet her whistle as to how important that would be. You reacquainted yourself with those people, and now you understand how important that is to you. And maybe that's another step. Sink yourself back into your dream so that you can really understand why it's so important. Who else? Anybody else?
Yep, Sybil.
Yes.
So mine is to get my house in the UK.
Yes, Larissa.
And not have to rent it out to anyone, so that can afford to make the payments without renting it, because I don't want it to be anybody in there. I want it to be my home. And then my second is support rescues for dogs and cats. And eventually one day I want to have my own rescue.
So how are you going to do it? What's the first 2 steps? Are you there?
I am just going to really I'm here. It's just breaking up. Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm going to reapply myself, commit to when I've got good internet, getting on every day and making new connections and just building those relationships. Just continue doing what I'm doing and not get so disheartened when like somebody starts ghosting me or one of my enrollees decide that they, you know, don't want to continue or I can't get hold of them, and not allow those things to knock me back anymore.
Good, because they're holding you back from your dreams. Larissa is living in an RV right now and traveling across the country with her husband. They sold their house and they packed up and they are in an RV just traveling. So her internet is a little bit choppy, but I don't mind that. Along those lines, she said not let it get so frustrating when people say no or they ghost her. I gave somebody an example the other day that they loved, and I said, do you think that McDonald's gets mad when you drive by their drive-through and go and have a shake in their parking lot? Do you think that they get cranky about it? I mean, no, they don't is the answer, because there's a million other people that still go to McDonald's, but they're running a business, and so they've got to be deliberate about it, but it doesn't make them sad or freak them out, and they don't lose their sales, and they don't close their shop, and they don't go into a ball, and they don't, you know, get into the fetal position. It's a business, and it's part of it. It's part of this, that people are going to say no, that people are going to drive by, that people are going to ghost you. It's a business, you guys. And so, you know, you got to get a hard crust. And again, if you can't handle that, this just might not be for you. I'm sorry to say it, but you got to get tough, because this is a business. This is not a hobby. We're not just dabbling our toes. We are coming on this call every Wednesday night because you guys have told us that you want more. You want to be led. You want more of a push. You want to be execs. You want to be 5 stars. You want to be Isogenics millionaires. Whatever it is, there's a reason you're on this call, and it's not because you are weak. It's not because you're fearful that so-and-so is going to hurt your feelings by not answering your text. So we're going to get tough, you guys, and we kind of have to, okay? We're to the point where it's like, let's do this. Let's make this happen, because you guys have dreams. All right. Who else? Who else? Suzanne, calling on you. What's your dream?
You know, admittedly, I'm on the edge of tears because it was a tough day.
Yeah.
So forgive that part, but Larissa's actually living my dream. So awesome job, Larissa. So I do want to live in an RV and travel and adventure more.
Nice.
But my job is making me exhausted. So I have not been able to this summer work on my dream. But
your second job.
I'm really excited about that. Really excited. But I'm a hot mess right now.
Well, Suzanne, you are putting the time and the effort in. Suzanne is a single woman who runs a pool business, and we just had Hurricane Rosa roll through here and dump a bunch of additional rain in people's pools, and they are flipping out all over town. So Suzanne, you are doing it, and we are awfully proud of everything that you do. You show up every single Wednesday, come rain or shine. She also drives an hour to Tribe Time. This woman wants it bad, and she's doing it. I am doing a little mental flip with her, though, and her company is actually like her second job. Isogenics is her priority. So start thinking about those terms too. All right, with that being said, I really hope that you guys have at least identified a dream as you go into the night, and go to Google Images next. I want you guys to at least get the visual somewhere, and maybe send me a messenger message with you and your dream, or whatever it is that you found on Google Images. As I was starting this call, I was looking for more Halloween costumes for my Yorkies, but Google Images has it, okay? And I want you guys to go there, send me a quick message showing me what your dream is, just in a visual. You don't have to type anything if you don't want, but I want to see it. I'm going to make you do it. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you to be intentional. Don't leave your house without knowing your dream, okay? You guys got it? Thank you for joining. I'm not sure what's up next Wednesday, but that's fun because that's a surprise and we're open to that. But I really appreciate you guys joining tonight. Keep me posted on how this stuff goes. Make sure that we know that it's working. Otherwise, we have a tendency to lose motivation too, you guys. So keep us fed with your goodness, okay? That would be awesome. All right, thanks so much. I needed it too. Megan, thank you. You guys have a great rest of your night, all right? Dream big, all right? Thank you so much.
Reminders.
Thank you for those who shared tonight. That's hard, and I appreciate it, all right? Thanks again. Bye-bye.